An attempt at making an identity thief one of the most unlikable types of people ever likable. Good luck. Identity Thief. So Identity Thief stars Jason Bateman. He gets his identity stolen by Melissa McCarthy. Now in a whole roundabout kind of way, he's gonna go down to Florida where she is, and she's living it up with all his money and buying cars and a bunch of inanimate objects that people don't need, because that's what women do with money. And he's gonna bring her back to where he lives to serve up justice. So it's another road trip movie with two people who don't want to be with each other. I think Melissa McCarthy was really good in the movie. Jason Bateman's really good. I mean, Jason Bateman's really the same character in everything, which would almost get annoying if he wasn't so damn likable in a role like that. Except for Dodgeball, he was different in there. I think I speak for everyone when I say I'd like to see more roles like that for him. Get that hair. Jason Bateman in the new DBZ movie. Not really. But he is likable, so now he's being messed with by Melissa McCarthy, who's really good in her role. She killed it in Bridesmaids. You know, it's one of those things like when Vinny Chase did Aquaman and Entourage, where she just had 100 scripts on her agent's desk and everyone's like, hey, we want you to be in our comedy now, please. As enjoyable as this movie is, we have seen the two people going on a road trip thing 100 times before. This movie tries to mix it up. There's just one useless plot point. There's a hitman and a hit chick who are after them, which would make sense because she's an identity thief, so I'm sure she's pissed off a lot of people in her life. And you can argue that the road trip does start because these two attractive hit people tried to kill him and they're running from him, but the road trip would have happened anyway because Jason Bateman went down there to get her. It's almost like they forget all about them, and so do you. Then every half an hour or so you see these people and you're like, oh yeah, that's right, these people are after them again. Still is the word. And then they disappear again, and time goes on and they forget about them, and so do you, and then they pop up again. This happens back and forth until they just stop showing up and you're like, what was the point of them? I'll tell you what the point of them is. Her name is Genesis Rodriguez. Genesis, she is. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, heavens being this chick. She's really hot, like way hot. She was also in Last Stand, so it's almost like people are like, here, just put her in movies to play roles that no one really cares about. I mean, in Last Stand, she played a role that didn't matter either. I mean, you look at Due Date, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, you can have an enjoyable road trip movie and not have someone chasing someone. It's almost like this director was like, no, we need that. We need it because we need to stand out. So we're gonna throw things in here that don't really matter and look really forced and don't fit worth shit. And then they'll just disappear like it was never there. Although this movie is a comedy, this movie does have deeper layers to it. There are some scenes with Melissa McCarthy and Jason Bateman where they're bonding and you're like, all right, I do empathize with a chick who steals people's identities and ruins their entire lives for a living in a weird way. That happened with this movie. Identity Thief is like this. It's enjoyable, it's funny enough, and serious enough to kind of be in the middle. It's not a complete laugh out loud comedy, but it's not a drama. It's an enjoyable enough movie. It has enough useless shit in the movie where it feels crammed. I mean, if the movie was about 20 minutes shorter, movie would be perfect, but it's 2 hours long because of the mobsters that are in the movie that don't need to be, or low-level mobster hit people, one of which is a hot chick. I will say Identity Thief is a good time, no alcohol required. Melissa McCarthy was good in the movie, Jason Bateman was good in the movie, they worked well together. It's just not good enough for me to say you need to see it now. Alright, so talking about forced plot points in movies, what is the most forced plot point in a movie that you've seen? Like, I say to you, forced plot point, didn't need to be in the movie. What do you think of? Whatever it is, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.